What's up, you guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today, in honor of the Batman, we're going to be talking about the top 5 Catwomans in Heroclix. So without further ado, let's get to the list. Alright, coming in at number 5 for me personally is just this one from the Dark Knight Rises movie set. You know, we got that classic Anne Hathaway's Catwoman right there. Pretty cool. I don't know, I like this one a lot. I played her a lot when, back in the day when I kind of first started. She's got this cool trait that Catwoman can use leap climb, and when Catwoman is adjacent to an opposing character at the beginning of your turn, before you give any other actions, you may give her a move action as a free action. So it kind of just lets her, get out of trouble if need be. She also has charge and stealth, so, stealth is always great, and of course move and attack is also always great. And she starts with outwit and combat reflexes. 10 attack, 2 damage, 3 range, 16 with the combat reflexes is at least going to be an 18 up close. And if somebody does try to charge up on her, then she can just leap climb away at the beginning of your turn. Nothing too crazy for 75 points, not amazing by today's standards. She does get some like willpower, quake, perplex, some other stuff. I don't know. I just like this one a lot. She actually gets a little bit of a buff for the changes to leap climb, so she can actually charge over elevated and stuff now. So yeah, I just like her. She's simple and fun, and for those reasons, she's coming in at number 5. All right, coming in at number 4, we have Catwoman from Trinity War. Got that cool about to pounce on somebody kind of pose. I like this one a lot when it first came out. This was like my go-to Catwoman for a long time. She's got great keywords there, she's got improved movement, elevated, and the main reason I liked her was this amazing trait that adjacent opposing characters can't use team abilities, and that was so good. I put her on a lot of Batman family teams, just put her up next to somebody with like Power Cosmic or whatever, and all of a sudden Batman can outwit them. So good, such a good combo there. She's also a wild card. 99 points, however, is a lot in today's game. But yeah, just the ability to shut off team abilities was so useful. Starting with stealth, incap, combat reflexes, and perplex. Again with the 3 range there. Slightly better, combat values than the last one. She gets charge blades with an 11 attack, so once she takes a hit, she actually becomes a better fighter. Then she gets a little precision strike there. And just overall solid little support piece, kind of secondary attacker, and I used her a ton, so for all those reasons, she's coming in at number 4. All right, and coming in at number 3, we have the Catwoman from Batman the Animated Series, and you can tell that sculpt just looks amazing, just like from out of the show. So cool. All the detail they can put in those animated series sculpts now. So taking a look at her card here, she's got improved movement, elevated, hindering, some more good keywords there. This playing both sides trait I feel like is just very thematic for Catwoman. Once per force, when Catwoman is KO'd, do not remove her from the game. Instead, after resolutions, place her in the square she last occupied on her starting click. She's now friendly to your opponent's force. This character is scored by the current opponent each time it's KO'd. So the cool thing about that is when she's KO'd, your opponent gets her. If you are prepared for that, you can just KO her right away and get her right back on click number 1. So you kind of get to use her twice. Your opponent can score her twice, but you can score her off your opponent, so you can also get the extra 40 points. And, for 40 points, sidestep, 10 attack, precision strike, 17 combat reflexes, 2 damage with perplex, 3 range. Pretty similar stats to what we've seen on the other ones, and this one's half the points or less. She's got Batman, ally, and enemy team abilities, so some cool things you can do with that. She's got stealth, and, she can replace her attack value with somebody higher that's next to her. If somebody has an 11 or 12, makes her pretty deadly for 40 points. She also got flurry blades there at the back half of her dial, so yeah, for 40 points, she's pretty great. And like I said, the switching both sides thing is pretty cool, because as long as you're prepared for it, you can kind of just get to use her twice over, which, like I said, great investment for the points. Fun figure, very thematic, I think. So for those reasons, coming in at number 3. And coming in at number 2, we have the other Catwoman from the Batman Animated Series. So pretty much the same sculpt there. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. It's raining a lot, Pretty thematic, I think, though, considering this is like for the Batman, which it was raining all the time in that movie. But take a look at her card here. This is the starter set Catwoman from the animated series. She's got Sidestep and Stealth traded. She's got Giant Reach 2 for her attack power. Improved movement doesn't really matter anymore, but regardless, it was there back in the day. It was helpful. She's a wild card, so she can copy some team abilities. But for 50 points, she's got Charge with Stealth and Sidestep traded, Giant Reach 2, 17 combat reflexes, and 3 damage with Exploit weakness. So she's just got a lot of reach on her own for a little 50-point character. Exploit weakness to get through, reducers. Of course, I love the Stealth and combat reflexes combo. Charge, Sidestep, and Giant Reach, like I said, gives her a long reach there. She got Precision Strike and Mastermind, which is pretty interesting. Some Outwit, and ends it with a click of blades. And I don't know, just that Giant Reach and the Stealth and everything, the combat reflexes, it all just works together so well. I only got a chance to use her a couple of times, but she did work every time I used her for sure. Way above her 50 points. So for all those reasons, I think she's coming in at number 2 for me. All right, before we get to our number 1 pick, as always, we've got a few honorable mentions to go through. And honestly, there's a lot of really great Catwomans in the game. I unfortunately don't have enough of them, I don't think. But starting us off, we have the one from the Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls set. This one's pretty cool. She got that purple costume. Pretty awesome. And taking a look at her card, she also has Giant Reach of 3 this time. She's got this cool trait that when an opposing character would pick up an object, you can roll a d6 on a 4 through 6. You can place that object in her square instead, which is really cool to kind of, steal the objects away from people. It doesn't work with like equipping things though. If it worked for equipping things, she could definitely be like number 1. Sidestep and Stealth again on the movement power. So she's got Sidestep, Stealth, the 3 square Giant Reach traded. But for 50 points, I just like the other one a little better from the starter set because she had like Exploit with 3 damage and, Charge with the Sidestep and Stealth and all kinds of stuff. But, you get some Perplex on this one. So pretty good all in all. Still worth a shout out. I like the object stealing thing. Next one we have here is the Prime from the Batman set. I really used to love this one and all the Catwomans that were in this set. Technically, this is Selena Kyle, but, it's Catwoman. There was a lot of really good Catwomans in that set. I'm missing one of them, but this one was great. She could use Stealth, and you can give her a free action when she's adjacent to a character with a relic on their character card. You can roll a d6 that cannot be re-rolled, and if the result of that roll is one of the numbers required to pick up the relic, then you can place it on her character card, and you're not limited to rolling for it once per game. So relics aren't really a thing anymore. That's kind of why she's just an honorable mention. If they made like a legacy card for her and she could steal equipment, again, she'd be like easy number 1. Starts with Super Senses, Shape Change, and some Leap Climb. Gets a little Flurry and Super Senses there, some Incap, some Combat Reflexes, Flurry Blades from Perplex. 69 points. Nice, right? So yeah, she's a fun one. And up next here we have one of the other Catwomans from the Batman set. Like I said, all the ones in this set were pretty awesome. This one for 75 points has this really cool star-crossed lovers trait where if she's adjacent to a character named Batman, they can both use support but only to target each other. I just love, traits like that where couples can use support or, get +1 attack or defense or something like that while they're adjacent. Very thematic. And then also during the beginning of your turn, if Catwoman is adjacent to a relic or any other character with a relic on its card, you can remove that relic from the game. So super powerful ability. Back in the day, again, when relics were kind of a thing, relics aren't a thing anymore. I'd love to see Catwomans nowadays that did very similar things, but with equipment objects. But like I said, I'm missing the other one, so shout out to the other common Catwoman from that set. And also shout out to the, the 10th anniversary Catwoman for only 35 points. She's got a pretty crazy long dial. And, decent stats and powers throughout, and a killer sculpt, too. So I love that Catwoman. I need to get myself that one. And also, talking about Catwoman, I just like to point out that there's also a Halle Berry Catwoman that they made a long time ago. And I always forget that it exists. But, the movie wasn't great. But if you want a Halle Berry Catwoman, there is one. So go get it. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to our number 1 pick. All right, and clawing her way to the top of the list is the new OP kit Catwoman. Love the sculpt on this one too. She's literally got like a bag of money that she's stealing. And just pretty cool sculpt there. And yeah, this was a great set. Honestly, this whole like OP kit was awesome. But you do kind of need the Batman from it to make her like extra good. But taking a look at her card here, she's got Sidestep and Passenger 1, but only to carry a character named Batman. If Catwoman is adjacent to a friendly character named Batman, she modifies attack and defense +1, and you can increase her d6 rolls by +1 when using super senses. So she gets super senses on a 4 through 6, which is pretty crazy. Then she's got this other trait that she starts the game with 3 secret tokens, and then free, remove a secret token to choose a standard damage power to use until your next turn. Any damage power. So you get 3 secret tokens, so that's 3 times per game. You can choose any damage power. Pick a power, however limited it might be, is always extremely useful. So, you know, there's so many things you can do with damage powers. You can get Close Combat Expert to make her attacks do more damage. You can get, you know, Perplex, Prob, Outwit, whatever. But then she also has Precision Strike and Giant Reach of 3, so pretty great there. Improved Movement, Elevated, super useful as well. Starts out with Flurry with an 11 attack, 17 super senses, and 3 damage with Shape Change. And she's got Batman ally team ability, so she'll have Stealth on top of all that. And traded Sidestep kind of helps her get around. Giant Reach 3, you know, does give her some good reach for the Flurry, which is great. If she's adjacent to Batman, she's got a 12 attack, 18 defense, 4 through 6 super senses, 3 damage with the shape change. And, you know, like I said, picking Close Combat Expert for her secret tokens, she can Flurry with, if she's adjacent to Batman, that would give her a 13 attack for 4 damage, Flurry from 3 squares away. Pretty nuts. For only 65 points, too, is crazy. And equip her with something like the Wonder Woman bracelet, so she gets another +1 to her super senses rolls, would be nuts. So yeah, she's got lots of potential there, especially with a Batman on the team. She's just honestly super good for a Catwoman, super good for the points, and I like her a lot. So for all those reasons, she's stealing the #1 spot. Alright, so that's going to do it for this top 5 list. As always, if you enjoyed it, make sure you scratch that like button. Don't forget to leave me a comment to let me know what your favorite Catwoman is and who you'd like to see in a future top 5 list. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel even more, check the links in the description for our Patreon so you can see your name here in the credits, as well as some other cool stuff. But that's going to do it for this one, so thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off. Meow!